Hello everybody, it's BTalk1724 here again, back with more D&D, Reavers of Harkenwold. This is now, I believe, part 8, and in the last part, Quninro here died on the blade of the 2nd Brigade Scimitar, as he laughed as he stabbed Quninro right through. Hirtus is saddened, because really that was his only friend. The eel here is a drow. He did not really care for the halfling, or is it really tiefling? I think it's halfling. He did not really care for him. Alvanor and them had just met. This is, Quninro was the newest member to the party. Kala, again, didn't really get to know him, seeing that he's really new. Only Hirtus and Elisida were the only two who really got to know him well enough to where his death would make a difference in their lives, actually. Seeing Hirtus as a halfling, and not really anybody liked him. He was always the practical joker, and Quninro thought his jokes as funny, where everybody else found it irritating and annoying. Quninro always would stand up for him whenever he'd be picked on. He is dead now. Hirtus doesn't know what to do. And Isilda actually was starting to think towards more the way of Quninro and her more just than friends. So she just probably watched the love of her life die. You don't really think how these two will now be affected in battle. Thinking that maybe you can pick how they feel. Excuse me, I dropped a token. You can pick, leave in the comments saying, do they continue to fight? Do they go in an emotional depression? Will this affect their fighting skills? Or do you want them to go towards revenge? Because this brigade here did scream out, saying who these people are. They are the Iron Circle. He even said it himself. So, you can pick what day happens. And let's get on with this encounter finally, on this round. Sorry for the 2 minutes of me rambling, but it was just something a little neat you can put in the comments. So, in the initiative order is Kala's turn. There is no way for Kala to make it over here. Over here. So we're going to just let her move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to let her sit there and end her turn. Eel is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Get into the range of this brigade. Seeing that they still have to do their job, he is pretty much thinking job first, casualty second. Seeing that Quninro was not anybody of real importance to him. Yeah, that may seem kind of messed up, but kind of sucks in this life like that. He's going to use his Eldritch Blast ability, getting +5 versus reflex. Natural 20. So, the same thing that killed Quninro will kill this man. Doing 15 damage. He chants and strikes with a lot of power out of his hand, his Eldritch Blast, going right through the back of the brigade, killing him dead. Then he looks towards Elisida and says, I know that you had feelings for him, but this is still a fight. Don't let your emotions take over. Fight like you mean it, as if your life was put on the line too. You simple girl. And that'll end Eel's turn, bringing it to Alvanor. He is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting into range for Holy Strike. +7 to the attack roll. Getting a 20 as well. And I think that does, hold on, 14 damage. Just barely, he is literally 1 point away. He is slashed across the back with his Alvanor's great sword, slashing right across his back. Blood comes gushing out onto Alvanor and his blade. He drops to the ground, stands right back up and says, Damn, Is this really my deathbed as well? I will not sit here and die. This will end Alvanor's turn, bringing it to Hirtus. Hirtus, we'll say at this point, doesn't know what to do. Does he continue to fight, or does he give up, seeing that was his only friend in the world? So we're just going to say that, for the moment, he is going to skip his turn. He is not going to do anything. All he is doing right now is staring at the body, we'll leave his token here, of quninro. He's just sitting there staring at it, not knowing what to do. He moves next to it and lies down. He just sits there, nothing. So this will bring on the status effect of prone. The next person is quninro, but oops, he's dead. And it would be the brigades. And this will give him the opportunity he needs. He runs away. And that ends the encounter. With them winning, but at a price. quninro's life has been slain. So, since with everybody dead, naturally, the next thing would happen, but I'm going to add this in, because of quninro's death. Beal stares towards Hirtus, thinking that the battle should have came first and not his own personal needs. He stares at Elisida with the same look, thinking that this may not have been the right choice for him to join them. Kala understands their pain, so she is just going to pretty much stand there, saying, like, it's okay to her. They may be able to bring him back. Beal just walks in between the two of them towards the house and jumps over the wall and sits here. So, Alvanor, being the paladin he is, comes over to Hirtus and says, "It is okay, Hirtus. Please, arise. There is nothing more we can do. quninro is dead. I know he was your best friend." Beal over here, seeing he is now pretty much gaining the douchebag kind of role, not caring, but for his own selfish needs. I know he's unaligned, but I was thinking more the warlord. Was he warlock? I think he's warlord. Just being him, hating everybody, the drow he is, and that'll be pretty much it. So, we are going to bring up, after, we're going to bring the conclusion. Actually, no, we are not. We're going to do this little part here called Role-Playing Ileana's Plea. When the adventurers defeat or drive off the Iron Circle attackers, Ileana emerges from her house, and the remainder of the encounter involves role-playing. Seeing it's just myself, I may start using weird voices, but I probably won't. You hear a rasping sound of heavy bolts being drawn back, and the farmhouse door opens. A half-elf woman of middle years steps out. She's carrying a battered old crossbow. 2 boys of 15 or so after her. The woman looks around the farmyard, frowning at the bloodshed inside. "My thanks, stranger," she says. "The Iron Circle jackals came to rob us. I buried my door, but they said they'd burned the house down with me and my boys in it. You saved our lives, but who are you?" So, after that we would pretty much... So I'm just going to show on the encounter the battle map that she would step out, and Beal would pretty much be the one who introduced them and himself. Well, the 4 of them, Alvanor and Kala, try to bring Elisida and Hirtus back to their senses. So back to this. Pretty much he introduced themselves, and that was pretty much it. Now he's starting to ask these questions towards her. "Who are you?" "My name is Ileana, and these are my sons, Jarek and Gerald. This is our farm. Let's see, hold on. I'm trying to get this in the best quality I can, but it's very hard. This is our farm. The reavers killed my husband, Carthen, Carthen. When they invaded the Dale, my boys and I have been trying to get by ever since. Who attacked you? One of the brigades, as he said that they were the Iron Circle? Correct. The Iron Circle is full of sellswords and cutthroats who seized Harkenwold over a month ago. They got the Baron. They've gotten Baron. Geez, I can't read. They've got Baron Stockmar imprisoned in his own keep. And they've been plundering the land ever since. They say they're collecting taxes, but it's simply robbery. Pure and simple. I wonder if there's a way for us to help. The folk in Harkenwold are ready to rebel. We just need a spark. We just need a spark to set things off. I think you should talk to old Reathen, the druid, or maybe Gargramath. They'll know what he's doing. Renath lives in the Druid's Grove to the southwest. You can find Dar just down the road in Elbridge. But go carefully. Where should we go? I would avoid Harken Village. There are too many Iron Circles there. Iron Circle soldiers. But Elbridge should be safe enough. Why should we even help? This has nothing to do with us. They were just simple bandits that we were chasing from before. And now our friend has died because of you? I really wonder. Our plan is civil decency. If that won't do, I'd wager Baron Stockmar would richly reward you if you drive off the reavers and free him. Fine then, we will help. Goodbye. Take care, strangers. My boys and me will hide those who fell here. With luck, the Iron Circle won't learn what happened here about you anytime soon. One quick notice. Somewhere on here, I'm gonna look. It says that she would pretty much try and let them stay a night. I'm trying to find what says that. Give me a minute. Okay, it says right here under the conclusion, when the adventurers have no more questions for Eliana, she suggests that the party rest up here at home, or press on ahead to Elbridge, and seek out Dargranath or Reathen for guidance. So, what I'm going to do is this. Since we have technically 3 choices, I'm going to narrow it down to 2. We are all going to rest here the night, and kind of let Hirtus and Isidana get over the death of quninro, or at least try to get over the death of quninro. This will pretty much be the end of this recording. Just letting them sit here in the house, each of them talking, these 2 here are talking, and Hirtus, Alvinor brings Hirtus down to the embarkment ridge kind of thing here. Let them talk, and quninro's body lets there dead. Eliana, really? Kala explains to Eliana what happened, and they pretty much start talking, and Isolda explains to Eliana about her, and Biel just sits there and looks at the moon, because now technically it is nighttime. She is just sitting there looking at the moon. He is sitting there looking at the moon, thinking of what they will do next. So this was Beta1724, and your choices of what we do next will be either to go to Elbridge and look for Dargranath, or go to Reathen for guidance. So you can leave a comment saying, we actually have 2 options this time around. What are we going to do about Elisida and Hirtus? Let them sorrow out and let that affect their combat? Or seek revenge against the Iron Circle? Actually, I did not plan for this at all. So this is, in my opinion, actually a pretty good thing that happened. If that sounds kind of cruel, but it makes it for a little bit more in-depth character development. And the second option is I just explained it, go to Elbridge, or go to and look for Dargranath, or go to Reathen for guidance. I think he's actually in Elbridge too. I'll look it up. Oh. Oh yeah, they're both in Outbridge. I just looked at it right now. So I may just do a little bit of them talking, but I probably won't because I'm lazy. And it's not that in-depth. You'd probably think the typical thing, like Eliana and Kala would try and say, there's plenty of fish in the sea, or get over it. And Eleanor being the paladin, he says, like, seek guidance from the gods. They will show you the way. And Hirtos is kind of just like, okay, okay. Anyway, this was BDog1724, signing off, and quninro's dead. Pooh.